I had a scary incident when I was in Nigeria for my uncle's wedding. In Nigeria, many people leave the city to celebrate the new year in their villages. In our village, the house we stayed in was still under construction. It was a cinder block building with a roof over our heads, but far from complete. During December, the weather in the village tends to be a bit chilly because of a season called Harmattan. Harmattan is a cool, dry wind that blows from the Sahara Desert across West Africa into the Gulf of Guinea during winter and spring. It brings cold air from Europe down to that part of West Africa. Now, back to the story. One day, my family members were on the side porch connected to my parents' room. The house, which is more of a mansion, has 7 bedrooms and 9 bathrooms. My parents' bedroom leads to a narrow hallway. I was looking for my phone because I had misplaced it somewhere. Before walking into my parents' room, I saw something odd at the bottom crack of the door. The doors in Nigeria are usually brown, and through the visible crack, I saw 2 black feet on the other side, just playing around. In my mind, I thought, wait a minute. My dad has big feet, but he's in America. My brother was in the living room, and my mom was sweeping the garage. Something told me not to open the door, so I just watched. It felt like a good 30 minutes, though it was probably only about 3. The big black feet looked demonic as hell, like my dad's feet, but a bit inhuman. It terrified me to the core. I ran to my mom, telling her that I saw some feet walking around. She told my grandma, but my grandma accused me of lying and didn't believe me. She said, "Stop lying on me." I went off on her, feeling completely gaslighted. But at least my mom believed me. So a few nights later my uncle is a hardcore Christian who made a potion with palm oil and holy oil and some clove and ginger and cleansed the house. It's not. Yet a few nights before the big demonic ass on humanity on feet earlier I mentioned that my house is an incomplete building, so me and my 3 siblings all slept in my parents' bedroom. It's bigger than the self-contained apartment in the States. That how big it is. So left side of the room there's a window facing cassava leaves and a sucker, and another side a window was on the porch. As I can remember I can hear someone shelving something like I heard it before, but it started to make sense, but it would get louder and louder and quiet, so I had to think fast and lock DF in. When you hear shoveling, what does it remind you of? That means death, someone being buried. Like for part 2, and I apologize for my incorrect English.